I hate to do it, but I was dead ass wrong about Ohio State. I bought into the Michigan game far more than what I had seen. And Kostos, you were right. What do you like Monday night with Ohio State and Notre Dame?
Yeah, we're gonna roll it back, Curtis, with Ohio State on Monday night. Now, I think I said with you guys last week, like I have Ohio State to win the national championship already. I've had it for a while. I said with you guys before the playoff started, I thought they were the best team. I have them to beat Notre Dame in an exacta, so this is like it's all trending pretty good. The point spread's 8.5. I actually think it's short. I think Ohio State's going to win by 20 points. They're so much better than Notre Dame. And as discussed on the show, Marcus Freeman's a great coach. I also would not let my wife around him. He's way too he's uncomfortably handsome. It's just it's like Fight Club. You want to destroy something beautiful, except he'd kick my ass. So I would never try that.
My wife loves him. That's her hall pass.
He's handsome.
Oh, yeah, I'm straight and I think I love him. Yeah, he's very handsome. But I think Ohio State lays it on him on Monday night. I don't think this will be like Georgia TCU 65-7. I don't think this is that. But I think we could see something like 38-7 on Monday night. I do like Ohio State quite a bit.
Kostos, this weekend, what's the game that I need to bet? Just one for me to make the most money.
Well, I think it's the best game, Courtney. So it's the one that you're going to want to bet on because it's the one that's the most exciting. The Ravens and the Bills on Sunday afternoon. Two MVP candidate quarterbacks. Basically pick the winner of the game as the point spread. Baltimore's a 1-point road favorite. Basically pick the winner of the game. Unlikely to land one. And I love the Ravens. Love Baltimore.
Kostos, any chance that the Commanders could upset the Lions, or can the Commanders at least keep it close if you're going to bet Washington?
Can the Commanders upset the Lions? I would say they can. The way that it happens is Dan Quinn goes for it on a bunch of fourth downs, which he has shown to be apt to do. They convert all of them. The Lions, as Dan Campbell is off to do, go for a bunch of fourth downs, and they don't get them. So it can happen. You need a very specific series of events to unfold. This would be like if you're playing poker, like you need one card for a royal flush and you lose on everything else. So I think it's unlikely that the Commanders win the game. Can they cover? Definitely. I mean, I'm on record saying I think Daniels is the best quarterback left standing in the NFC. I think he's the best quarterback already in the conference at the end of his rookie year. Wow. So, if they're down 14 at the end of the game, and here's Daniels strolling in through the back door, mine's out of the gutter. Talking football. Then Washington could cover the spread, but I just think Detroit's extremely likely to win the game.
I'm seeing a lot of people with recency bias when it comes to this Texans-Chiefs game. I feel like people are jumping on the Texans side because the Chiefs just haven't played in a bit, and maybe they were lackluster points of the season. Do you think Chiefs are going to run away with it?
I don't know if they're going to run away with it, Courtney, but I do think the Chiefs are going to win. And I think a lot of people are now starting to think that the Ravens are just going to win the Super Bowl. Like beat Buffalo, beat Kansas City next week, win the Super Bowl. I disagree. I'm going to hitch my wagon to Patrick Mahomes, and if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, and I'll go down swinging with the best of all time, along with, obviously, the great Tom Brady. I know. Remember the place that I'm in right now doing this interview. They're both awesome. I think the Chiefs are very likely to win. Do I think they win by 10? Maybe not. I look at Kansas City as a great teaser leg here from 8.5 down to 2.5. There are some, like BetMGM doesn't have this available now. Detroit's 9.5 at MGM. But if you can find a Detroit 8.5 and tease Kansas City and Detroit from 8.5 down to 2.5, so they win by 3, you win your bet. I think that's a winning two-team teaser leg coming up for Saturday.
So I think it is such a statement as to the greatness of the Chiefs that they are 16 and, well, they lost on purpose, so 15-2. Entering this playoff run, and people are talking about their flaws. It is so similar to the Patriots in the heyday.
Same thing, yeah.
Where you have the most. The Chiefs will have plays. They probably won't waste many against the Texans, but if it's a close game late, it'll be Mahomes on 3rd and 7, running for 40 yards and a field goal, and they win the game. I have zero. It's the only game I can remember in I don't know how long where I see legitimately zero chance the Chiefs lose the game.
Oh, I don't know about zero chance.
Zero.
I think the Chiefs are going to win. So, like, I can't disagree with you. You know, crazy things happen with the bounce of a football. The Patriots lost a weird game. The Patriots lost to the frickin' Jets in the can't wait game when they were 14-2 and Brady won MVP in 2010. Like,
that
crazy.
was the worst loss at home.
It was bad. Listen, like, crazier things have happened for sure. I mean, the loss in 2009 to Ray Rice and Willis McGahee and the Ravens was weird too.
No,
so, I mean,
but that element. I mean, a Welker went down right before that game. It was a weird feel.
Yeah, but it's just that crazy things can happen. I don't think it's going to happen. I do agree. I don't like agreeing with you, but I have to.
It sucks.
It sucks.
So
but I was going to say, Curtis, is
Go.
I think there are a lot of parallels. You are right between this Chiefs team and those Patriots teams in the way that like they've won so much, and now everyone's looking for reasons to poke holes in them instead of just saying, yeah, like they have the best quarterback and the best coach, and they're probably just going to win.
How dumb am I that I sent
Very.
the Shime this week before he took another day off? That I saw the Rams at 15-1 to win the Super Bowl. I said, not the craziest thing. Put $20 on that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to tell you you're crazy for putting a $20 bet down. I mean, I don't think it's going to happen. I think they could win this weekend. I think the problem becomes, like, if they have to go on the road to Detroit, Detroit's just going to outscore them in the game. But look, like, I have, Curtis, some Super Bowl exactas that have the Rams in it. Like, I have Chiefs over Rams. I have Bills over Rams. I have Ravens over Rams in the Super Bowl. So, like, it wouldn't be a total stunner if they got there. I just think, Curtis, the problem with that bet, and look, you can hedge if they get there. I think the problem is if and when the Rams get to the Super Bowl, they are not beating any of the top three teams in the AFC when they get there. But, I mean, look, they're 6-point dogs this weekend. If they play Detroit, they'll be 6.5, 7-point dogs in that game. So it's not impossible, but very unlikely.
But if you could make the argument, McVay, best coach in the playoffs.
Like out of anyone left?
Well, like Andy Reid, everybody loves Andy Reid, brilliant offensive mind, but I think McVay's got as good of an offensive mind, and it's more modern. Doesn't have Mahomes to use the offense. Like I just watched that Rams team, and I know the Patriots are dog food, and I know that the game against the Vikings was not exactly a representative performance, but the Vikings were one of the best teams in football, according to everybody, with Brian Flores, who's the hot and sought-after defensive coordinator. They blew doors. When they were here, the offense was unstoppable. When Cooper Kupp and Puka are healthy, like it's a legit team.
My advice to you would be, if you feel that strongly, bet the Rams on Sunday. I'm going to probably. I'm going to wait for a better number. Like water gun to my head, I think the Eagles will win, but I definitely think the Rams are good enough to cover. And I'll give you this. I don't want to say McVay's the best coach left in the playoffs. I will say he's the best coach left in the NFC, and I say that as a huge Dan Campbell fanboy.
All right, and it's the Rams defense, which is kind of, that was the reason why they were able to just, completely beat up on Minnesota.
But Wiggy, I'll say this, though. Everyone killed McVay for sitting Stafford and Kupp and Nakua and Kyron Williams in Week 18 because the whole thought was, well, now you're going to have to play the loser of Vikings. So it turned out to be pretty smart because you got terrible Sam Darnold in that game.
Right.
And I'll say this, like, you're right, Wiggy, down the stretch of the regular season. And the game that Curtis referenced against the Patriots, that was like early November probably. It was a while ago. The Rams offense, they had that huge game where they scored 44 and beat the Bills. And then from there, the Rams were winning games to win the division. The offense was not playing great. And then they get sat for a week, and Stafford comes out and he's throwing darts on the opening drive on Monday night. And I bet the Rams in the game, and I'm seeing Stafford making these throws early, and I'm sitting pretty. So I do think you get a good Rams offensive output here. I actually like the over in the game on Sunday, especially if there could be snow in both games Sunday, in Philly and in Buffalo, which I think would help scoring in both games, given that there's not expected to be wins.
Can I ask one more about Kansas City when it comes
Courtney, you can ask whatever you want.
Oh, thank you so much. You're the best. When it comes to Travis Kelce, you think that we're going to see a different Travis Kelce now that it's the playoffs? Like, what are his numbers looking like, and are you betting overs for them?
Yes and yes. Kelce's 52.5 this weekend. Just remember, like, what happened with Kelce this year. The whole plan with him was going to be to rest him for the playoffs, right? And then Rashee Rice, who is Kansas City's best offensive player, not named Patrick Mahomes, season-ending injury very early, and Kelce is now thrust into this role, right, where he is expected to be, contributing way more than he had to. And now he's had 2 full weeks off, didn't play in Week 18, and the Chiefs had the bye, and now it's big boy territory here. It's playoff time.
Right.
Now there are other good weapons on the team. The rookie Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown is back. They traded for DeAndre Hopkins. Kelce is Mahomes' binky. And just something to keep in mind for this particular game. We watched Texans-Chargers last week, right? The Texans' pass rush is really, really, really good. Really good with Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson. My sense is, given how bad the Chiefs' pass protection, specifically the offensive tackles, have been at points this season, the game plan is going to be Mahomes gets the ball, gets it out in 2 seconds.
Right.
That's Travis Kelce. I like his over tomorrow.
And generally when we get here, sorry, Curtis.
God, without Greg, geez, what's going on?
Guys. It's kind of like, it's fend for yourself.
Free for all.
Generally, when we get here, teams defensively tend, for whatever dumbass reason, is leave Travis Kelce wide ass open, and it's so irritating to watch defenses play against him. You should be doubling this guy. So I'm with you. Kelce has big days throughout the playoffs.
I have an over-under for you, Kostos, and we'll get out on this. 1.5 total number of rings for Travis Kelce this year.
So, will he win the Super Bowl and will he propose? I'll say he wins the Super Bowl. I don't think that him and Taylor Swift get married. I base that on nothing. I pay no attention to it. Just my opinion is it's not a relationship.
Huge bet on this.
Yeah, huge. Well, no. Our bet is that they're going to break up before June or July.
Yeah, it's I
think it's June.
Okay.
That would be my sense because he's going to retire probably if they win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, I think that they might be engaged already. I think that I'm giving him 2 rings this year. Unfortunately,
do you like their relationship?
Yeah, I love it. I don't want them to win the Super Bowl, but I love their relationship. I'm all in.
Yeah, I like when people are happy. I like it also.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Sure do. All right, well, what do you wish for us this weekend? And I wish you a lovely time.
Minimal sweats, winning bets, the absolute very best of luck. Peace.
Yep. All right, there's the man, the myth, the legend, Kostos